crown. Right? America, he gonna have their crown. Great Britain, he gonna have their crown. When the Messiah come, he's slaughtering all type of people, but our people don't know this because we don't read.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6.
Read out.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
For who the Lord loveth, he corrects.
That's right.
The Lord correct who he loves,
That's
man.
right.
And we the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you the ones that's getting corrected. Everything you do, you gotta pay for it. It's a punishment.
That's right.
It's a consequence for it. Whether somebody else come through and beat you up, whether you get shot, stabbed, right? Whether you go to jail, it's always a consequence for you because you're supposed to be keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
The heathen nation not given the law, so they could do whatever they want. They could be wicked because God made them to be wicked.
Right.
But the children of Israel, you are a righteous people, and you are not supposed to be chasing or following the wicked.
That's right.
Understand that thing, man. Who the Lord loves, he corrects,
That's
man.
Right.
If you got your child or your loved one, right, and they acting up in school, you gotta punish them. You gotta correct them. That's love. But if you got a bad child ruling the neighborhood that don't get no whoopings, that don't get corrected, you don't love that child. That child can do whatever he wants. He can come in with any different time of the night, right? He can go and eat, do whatever he want to do, and there's no consequences. Because that's not love. That's hate towards your brother.
Right.
But then God said to love your brother. Read that again, Hebrew.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourges every son whom he receiveth.
That's right.
Because we the ones that's spiritual. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you the ones that's spiritual, man. We the ones that got spiritual power. Everybody on the earth don't have spiritual power.
Right.
The heathens don't have spiritual power.
Right.
That's why we got melody.
That's what
Everybody don't have melody.
Bring it out.
You got a precept up?
Oh, I got a precept. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
What did the Bible say?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
What did God say?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
We're not to suffer sin upon our neighbor, our brother, man. We're supposed to help our brother, man.
That's right.
And we out here helping our brothers by bringing them back to God's law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
Give me the book of 1 John 3:15. Read that one more time, Hebrew.
The book of Leviticus. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
God say don't suffer sin upon your brothers and sisters, but don't our people love black on black crime?
Yes, they do.
Don't our people love shooting each other?
Yes, they do.
Get mad or we get played over a $5 bag of weed, we want to do harm to our brothers?
Yes, they do.
And now have common sense and say, oh, my brother got over on me because he truly didn't have it and he was going through something. But we get violent quick towards our own. But haven't these cops been killing us down?
Yes, they have.
Look how many cops done got killed
None.
for shooting us down.
None.
But let your own brother shoot you down. I bet you get vengeful for him. Our people messed up in the head, man. Read what you got up.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 15.
Bring it out.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
What did the Bible say?
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
What did God say?
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
And he knows that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him.
Ain't no murderers, ain't no liars. Can't none of these people get the kingdom of heaven. You can forget about it. Now, if you have did these wicked things out here, you have a chance to repent.
That's right.
That's what the Messiah died for us for.
That's right.
To give us grace and repentance, man. That's the whole thing of his coming. And to put away animal sacrifices so we ain't got to sacrifice innocent animals for wrongdoings that we do.
That's right.
That's the whole point of that. So when your pastors say that the laws is done away with, they're lying to you.
Teach up.
They're lying. We got to keep the law. God said to keep the law, man.
That's right.
It's written all throughout the Bible to keep God's law.
That's right.
Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 44. Right? Read what you got up.
the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, and verse 27.
Bring it out.
Who needeth not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself.
He did that so he offered up himself so we won't have to slay innocent animals,
That's
man.
right.
Read that again so people can get a better understanding of what the Bible is actually saying.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, and verse 27.
Bring it out.
Who needeth not daily, as those high priests,
Who needed not daily as the high priest, right? Because the priest was in order. The priest ruled the children of Israel. The priest was over all the children of Israel, and that's your Haitians today. You are the Levites, for those who don't know. Read.
to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself.
That's why he offered up himself,
For
man.
his own
Read.
sins and for
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse
Bring it
144.
out.
Now, let's see what the pastors say about this law that you're supposed to keep, but the pastors say that the law is done away with. Read.
The righteous of their testimony is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live.
Read that again from the top.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 144.
Verse 44. 119:44. Read what you got up.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, and verse 17.
Bring it up.
And it is easier for heaven and earth to pass.
It is easier for heaven and earth to pass. Heaven and earth is still here. Read.
Then one tittle
jot
of the
or
law
one
to fail.
To one tittle of the law to fail. So watch out for these false prophecies that say the laws is done away with. Read your precept, Hawk.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 44.
Bring it out.
So shall I keep the law continually forever and ever.
Read that again, Hawk.
So shall I keep the law continually forever and ever.
How long?
Forever and ever.
How long?
Forever and ever.
That means generation after generation, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans supposed to be keeping God's laws.
That's right.
Y'all act like y'all too good to keep God's laws. A lot of y'all, it's a shame of God, man. A lot of y'all are ashamed of God, but when you in that fire, when these missiles hit,
Screaming from it.
it's gonna be a whole totally different
Oh
mindset,
my God.
right? If that's the same thing people say when they get shot. Oh my God! And they got all their family members praying over them that they heal. As soon as they heal, they get out doing the same thing. No change. It's different when you go to hell, man. It's way different when you go to hell, man. Ain't no way out. Y'all better understand this thing. Look what you got, Doc.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9.
Bring it
He
up.
that turneth away his ear from hearing the law,
He that turneth away his ear from even hearing the law.
even his prayer shall be abomination.
What?
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
Your prayers are an abomination. That means God's not hearing you.
That's
In the
right.
book of John, chapter 9:31. Right? Read that again one more time so it can get into the ears of our people, man.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9.
Bring it out.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
That's point blank stone cold cut, written in the Bible. Period.
Period.
Didn't God say he don't change? Don't the pastors in the Christian church make God a liar?
Yes,
they do. Read what you got, Doc.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 31.
Bring it out.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Now we do what?
Now we
That
know
God
that
heareth
God
not
is
sinners.
Now we know that God do not hear sinners. If you're in the midst of sin, God is not hearing you, man.
You
know that.
Y'all talking
God is
about
not
your
hearing
prayers
you,
being
man.
answered.
Cause
Come
you
on,
ain't
man.
read that one more time, Doc.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 31.
Bring it up.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
Right.
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
That's who God hears. The children of Israel that's doing his will.
That's
That's
right.
doing his law, statutes, and commandments. If you're not keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, God's not hearing you. That's why when you're in danger and you pray or you doing bad, you down bad, you about to get evicted or you got bills cut off, you on your knees praying to God, but don't nothing change. Because you're not doing nothing that God told you to do, so God ain't going to turn around and do nothing that you want him to do. And that's period, man. A lot of y'all don't know God, man. A lot of y'all don't know God. A lot of our people think God is soft, man. Right? Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 4. A lot of our people think out of salt. Let me get Exodus chapter 15:3, Hebrew.
Time.
Right?
Oh, praise it. Bring it out.
Let me get this one first. Right? Because a lot of our people don't know God.
Right.
A lot of our people think God was just so nice, so loving,
Passive.
so passive,
Yeah.
so forgiving. If he was so forgiving, why is he sending his son back to make war? Why is the Messiah come back? He putting a lot of people to death. He said his garment gonna be drenched in blood.
Blood.
Like if he been in a wine press,
You just there.
stepping on grapes all day. Come on, man, we out here to dump down these lies,
That's
man.
right.
We out here for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because we love you and we want you to save your soul. Read what you got, Doc.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 4.
Bring it out.
They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
What did the Bible say?
They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
What did God say?
They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
Give me the book of Revelation 19:11. Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The Lord Yahweh is a man of war.
What did the Bible say?
The Lord Yahweh is a man of
What
war.
did God say?
The Lord Yahweh is a man of war.
Give me the book of Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. Hebrew. Read what you got.
The book of Revelations, chapter 19, verse 11.
Bring it out.
And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
Faithful and true.
Faithful and true.
And in righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
In righteousness, he do judge and make war. Where do y'all get this? God loves everybody and God is coming back to save all people. Let's read a book about our Lord and Savior. Read what you got.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
What did the Bible say?
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
What did God say?
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, man.
That's right.
Y'all out y'all mind.
God.
Y'all think y'all big and bad? We was big and bad, but until the Most High showed us that who was truly in charge.
No.
When you got these spirits all over your house knocking over things and you can't do nothing to defend your family, that'll make you turn straight real quick. Ain't nobody bad. You ain't bad to shoot another man. You ain't bad because you gonna beat up another Israelite. You a coward.
Coward.
Wisdom is everything. Our people have no knowledge, so they stuck in madness. They stuck in darkness. Let me get the book of 2 Peter chapter 1. 1 Peter 2 and 9. Read what you got, Art.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
And I saw heaven open.
Right.
And behold, a white horse.
Right.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness doth he judge and make war.
In righteousness, he judge and make war.
So he do
Right?
judge.
He judge and make war, man.
do judge.
Read what you got, Art.
That's our
The
head.
book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9.
Bring it out.
But ye are a chosen generation,
The children of Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are a chosen generation, man. You chosen because the truth is now here in this end times today. So you got a chance to hear it. You got a chance to hear it. The same way our people back then when the Messiah walked the earth had a chance to hear the same truth. We bringing out the same thing that Messiah had taught.
Awesome.
Read.
Bring
the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation,
That's right.
a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
And we thankful that God brought us out of darkness into this marvelous light,
That's
man.
right.
We was gonna go straight to hell, man. We want to sit there and burn forever. Y'all people don't know what's going on, but that's what we out here. We out here to show love because we love our people, and we out here to save souls, man. To you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who don't even know your own heritage, man. Our people don't even know our own heritage. We call ourselves after 2 continents, man. We hold hands with the same oppressors that are oppressing our ancestors, man. And you love them. But they raped, robbed, murdered you, man.
Right.
They made us build up America for free and turned around and say we lazy.
And then we gotta pay for it.
And we gotta pay for it. They stole a whole country, but you go into a store and steal a Debbie cake or a bag of chips, you go to jail. Who
20
is
years.
hypocrites, man? Give me the
20
book of
years.
Sirach, chapter 129. Read what you got up.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 22 and verse 13.
Yeah.
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
What did the Bible say?
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by
What
unrighteousness.
did God say?
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
The word woe in the Bible means destruction. Destruction is coming, man. This ain't no game. This ain't no game, Israel. Y'all about to wake up. The coronavirus done hit us hard, right? Now another plague is coming our way. It's at the UK right now, but you best believe it's going to spread like the first one did.
The vaccine.
It's supposed to be a worse one.
It's supposed to be a worse one of the COVID.
God, sloppy kid. Matter of fact, everybody that's over there was trying to leave there.
That's right.
Drive out, fly out, run out, whatever.
And
If they ain't scared of the virus,
That's right.
they scared of being locked back down.
That's right. Because a lot of people know what's going to happen when they get locked down. That's their whole goal. It's a plan that's been in place. But our people don't know about it because our people are not watching. We too busy living day to day trying to live our own lives, man. But the next time they lock us down, you best believe martial law going to be in effect. And they're going to be coming to house to make sure you get that vaccine. And if you don't, they killing you and your children, whoever in the house, because they know where you at. They gotta lock you down to know where you at. Because they can't keep track of everybody right now. You have to be locked down to keep track of somebody, man. Everybody could go over this person's house. We could go over another town or another state. It's hard to find people. People will still be fugitives, be bouncing around. But if you in your house, they got control of you because they know where you at. Wake up, Israel, and don't take no vaccine.
That's
All
right.
you need is the Most High God. He can protect you. Because
That's
guess
right.
what? With the height of COVID, when COVID came out, a lot of people was getting masked.
Yep.
We were still out here.
Yep.
In the height of COVID, without no mask, no nothing. What happened to your churches? Your churches got shut down.
Used to be
Your
across the
Jehovah's Witnesses used to be over there all the time. They ain't there no more.
They ain't there.
Did COVID take them out?
Yeah.
Because COVID hit a lot of these churches up. It hit a lot of these people that's in these congregations. It killed a lot of them. But it ain't touching the true men in the Lord because we
right.
are under Yahweh protection.
That's right.
Y'all gotta understand who y'all God is, man. Because a lot of y'all don't know. But that's what we out here to warn you and let you know that you got a God and he can protect you from everything. God made heaven and earth. What makes you think he don't got control of it? If you create something, don't you got control of it? If you take your children to the beach and they make a castle, don't they got control of it? They can keep it built or they can kick it over and destroy it.
Right.
Man, y'all need to wake up, Israel. Read some precept, huh?
The book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 3.
Bring it up.
Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. For he is king, Salakia, for he is the king of all, and by his power dividing holy things among them from profane.
Read that again one more time from the top, Hebrews, so we got people who get an understanding what the Bible is saying.
The book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 3.
Bring it up.
Who governeth the world with the palm of his hand.
Who governs this whole world with the palm of his hand? Y'all gotta understand how big God is, man. We're like ants. If you look at an ant, that's how God sees us, as a little ant, man. He got this whole world just as a little in his hand, man. He said if he put his foot inside the earth, it's gonna come down to his ankle. You get a fish tank and you put fish in the water, you put your feet into it, that's how big the earth is compared to God.
That's it.
Wake up, Israel. Y'all haven't been taught right because these pastors is leading you astray, talking about God love everybody, man. Telling y'all lies. Hey, matter of fact, read what you got. Give me the book of, drop that. Give me the book of Matthew 24 and 4. Let's get real. We're about to get real now. Read what you got, huh?
The book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men.
What does the Bible say?
Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men.
Uh-oh, we got a lot of hypocrites out here that like to act tough around their boys. But you go to jail when you getting punked and bullied around. Let's get real, Israel. It's a bunch of hypocrites out here, man. A bunch of them. A whole lot of them. Fakes. Phonies. That's not real at all. But these be the same people that saying, oh, I'm a real nigga. Right? First off, you ain't no nigga, you a king, so come back to your king status and lift yourself up and help lift your people up. Read that one more time, Op.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed that thou speakest.
And take good heed when you speak, man. Speak like a man. Speak knowledge. Speak truth into our youth. Quit telling our people to be hard. If a person look at you wrong, you get on them. Quit telling these lies and these vain philosophies to our people and lift our people up the correct way and be men.
Right.
Take care of your household and your children like men.
Right.
Quit running away with that effeminate spirit on you that soon as your girl get out of hand, you just, I quit, and you walk around and get somebody else.
Right.
That's not being a man. That's a little boy. Read your precept, Art.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
What did God say?
Take heed that no man deceive
What
you.
did God say?
Take heed that no man deceive
What
you.
did God say?
Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that no man deceive you, children of Israel. They deceived us by taking our nationality away from us and telling us that we are named after two continents. African American, Afro American, colored, black. Our names keep changing because they don't want us to know who we are.
That's
We are
right.
the children of Israel. As soon as our people come back to keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, here come the Messiah.
That's right.
That's how it works. So they take our nationality away from us so we won't call on our Lord to come down here. But that's why you see all type of Israelites waking up out on the streets like we are, prophesying, so we waking up and now our Lord is about to return. Whoever's not on board is getting destroyed.
Teacher!
Everybody heard about Noah and the ark, right?
Yup.
Here comes the new ark. We are building the third temple right now as we speak. We are the temple of God.
That's right.
And whoever's not on this temple, whoever's not on this ark is being destroyed. But this is judgment. This is judgment.
You ain't on the ark, you get drowned.
How many people did God kill through the flood?
All of them.
How many people did God save through the flood?
8.
Only 8 people. Y'all about to understand the power of God, man. Y'all about to understand the power of God. He killed everybody.
Everybody.
And there was millions of people on the planet the same way it is now.
Everybody.
Everybody.
He
Y'all
killed
think it's a
everybody.
game. Y'all think it's a game.
Read.
For many shall come in my name,
Many shall come in God's name, his son name. Read.
saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Right.
And that's what this Caucasian man did. This Caucasian man came, he murdered your ancestors, your forefathers, your foreparents, and said that this is God, man. This is the Son of God.
This is the Son of God.
That's what he done. He deceived you with a lie, and you believed it. So a lot of y'all, when y'all pray, y'all praying to a white Caucasian man, even though it's written in the Bible what God truly looked like, and he's a black man from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Y'all don't know. Y'all know so much about everything about your oppressor and these heathens' heritage, and you don't know nothing about your own. And you're not even trying to dig down to even see about your own history. They tell you you go back to slave ships. Who were we before slave ships? Y'all don't even know that we was kings and priests, right, on the earth at one time. But it's because we broke God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read what you got. Stay here, king.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 4. For if he that cometh preaching another Jesus,
Who's preaching another Jesus? Read.
of whom he, Slakia. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom he have not preached, or if he receive another spirit, which he have not received, or another gospel, which he have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
So you're going to stay with him. He that cometh preaching another Jesus that the disciples have not preached. He that cometh preaching another gospel that the Messiah have not preached. You might as well just go ahead and roll with him then. That's what God is telling us, man. So you want to believe this Caucasian man is your God after all the rape, murder, robbery he did? Y'all want to think that he's your God? Then go on with it then. You want to believe that lie? Believe that lie. Give me the book of Second Thessalonians chapter 2:10, Hebrew. 2 Thessalonians 10:2.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 10. And with all deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth.
They receive what?
Not the love of the truth.
Our people don't receive the love of the truth, man. Read.
that they might be saved. And for this cause, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall send them a strong delusion.
So God sent a strong delusion. That's why a lot of our people pack these Christian churches, because they in their mind, they believe that they doing the right thing, but they under a strong delusion because they're not keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. Don't you got gay people that's up in the church, leading the choir? Didn't God say a gay person, man on man, woman on woman, is abomination? That's something God hates?
He should be put to death.
He should be put to death, man. But the Christian church is not doing nothing but deceiving our people, man. That's why from generation to generation, nothing changed. They got churches in every hood, every project, sitting on the outside that ain't doing nothing to that project. And I lived in the projects, most of us have. I went to that church that sat up in the project, and they ain't did nothing to me. I went right across the street, back to the killing, the drug dealing, right? The lies, the whoring, the prostitution, everything negative is in our hoods, man. And we ain't doing nothing but leading the youth down the same path that we took.
That's right.
A lot of y'all ain't being men because y'all scared to stand up to these young ones.
Scared of
Read that again, Ark.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10.
Bring it up.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
That they should what?
That they should believe a lie.
What?
That they should believe a lie.
What?
That they should believe a lie.
So if they pack these churches and that's what something they feel good, then God, and they gonna believe that lie. They gonna believe that that Caucasian man is Christ. Didn't the Messiah come back to teach us to follow God's law, statutes, and commandments? Didn't God say, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill? Didn't they come over here and rape, rob, and murder, and stole this country? Ain't they hypocrites that all the words come out their mouth is a lie? Read the book of Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. 55:21. Read what you got.
The book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 28.
Read it up.
Even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind.
And that's what all our people got, especially in these churches. They got a reprobate mind, man. They think they doing good, but they doing the opposite, and they serving Satan. That's why you celebrating these holidays. A lot of y'all celebrated Christmas. You gave up your lives for your children when you could give your children gifts any day of the year. They fooled you. They bamboozled you. They lied to you, and you fell for it. You've been deceived by thinking that you're serving the Most High God. You've been deceived by thinking that you're doing the right thing in your own mind. So that's 25 and 125. So
The book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who did that?
Esau.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie, man?
Esau.
Who told y'all that y'all was not God's chosen people? Read what you got,
The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21.
Bring it up.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
What does the Bible say?
The words of his mouth were smoother